Finn Allen continues his chase to become the best current T20 batter in the world. DC continues to roll down the performance slope with another shocking showing with a bat. And KKR continue with their attempt at making a late dash to the playoffs. All this and more in today's edition of the 23rd Yard Club Cricket Podcast. Varun Chakravarti began limping in the third over of his spell. That was the 14th of the Delhi Capitals innings while bowling to Akshar Patel. It was because of a leg injury from a previous game. He needn't have worried though, because Akshar had been limping all his innings with his batting and creating an IPL record in the process that one wouldn't have associated in this day and age of Indian Premier League. Akshar faced 22 balls for his 11, and in a completely rudderless display of batting, Delhi Capitals made just 11 runs between the 12th and the 16th over, which is the lowest ever in the history of IPL for that period. And why it's important to talk about the role of Akshar here is quite obvious. He's the captain and he has failed to inspire his team with both the bat and as a leader. And earlier, before these last couple of games, he had failed to bowl himself out, bowl his 4 overs out, either on a regular basis. You want to see someone's jaw drop? Try telling someone that Delhi Capitals yesterday was 74 for 2 in 8 overs. KKR also got to 74 for 2, but they took nearly 2 more overs. That's around 10 overs to get there. And then tell them that KKR won with nearly 6 overs to spare. That's how diametrically opposite the two teams went with their batting in the second half of their innings, their respective innings. Here's a bigger question. Delhi is one of the couple of teams who have been in the IPL since the very beginning. They have not won a single title. Punjab Kings, or the Kings 11 Punjab as they were earlier known, is the other team. And credit where credit is due, Punjab Kings look like they are finally beginning to wake up to the stark reality that other teams are running away and the gap needed to be shortened. Their hiring of the backroom staff and the ensuing selection at the auction has reflected just that. Even Bangalore hadn't won a title till the previous season. But it would be hard to find anyone who realistically says that they are not an exciting team to watch. There's always that Kohli factor to bring the fans back game after game, even after you've not won a title for 17 years in a row. But you look at their team otherwise too, and you always feel some sort of a euphoria around the side. But as you look at another season go down the drain for Delhi Capitals, I felt the same nothing I'd always felt when it comes to them. I also feel a dullness associated with this team, a numbness to defeats, a shrug of the shoulders, a life happens and the sun will rise again attitude. An attitude that reeks of, as long as we are winning the odd game and making it to the playoffs every 3 or 4 seasons, we are fine, the fans will keep coming back. This is the 19th season of the IPL and they are all but out of the tournament as well, which means that over these 19 seasons, Delhi have made it to the playoffs a mere 6 times. The last time they did that was in 2021, 5 years ago. Punjab Kings have had a worse record, but they are on the cusp of making it to the playoffs again, and that would be their second time in a row. Also, as I said, they are playing attractive cricket. Delhi Capitals? Mind-bogglingly boring cricket. KL Rahul has been a saving grace. Lungi Engidi has played his part. Tristan Stubbs has been around at times. Samir Rizvi made a sterling start to the season. But that's where it ends for them. The rest of the side has failed to pick up the pieces. And the manner in which some of the player performances have tapered off as the season has gone along, boy, that has been stark. That has been depressing, to say the least. The question to Delhi Capitals fans is, can they take something out of this showing this year and use that as a core around which they can build their team in the years to come? I fear not. Something needs to change for Delhi Capitals, and drastically at that. Now, speaking of change, and Delhi could take a cue from how KKR have turned their season around. While KKR might still miss making it to the playoffs, they can still hope for it. But even in the absence of making that top 4, their performance gives their fans some hope. And they have been an extremely watchable team too. KKR would feel slightly aggrieved though, not to have performed as well with both the bat and the ball through the season as they have in the last 4 games. Rinku Singh's return to run scoring, Varun Chakravarti's return to wicket taking has turned the season around on its head for them as they have gone from winning nothing in the first 6 matches to clinching 4 in as many games. A comeback of the proportions only matched by Mumbai Indians in the past, probably another team or so here and there. And adding to the list of KKR players who seem to have turned their fortunes around is Finn Allen, who finally showed why he's so heavily rated in T20 cricket. In one of my earlier videos around Abhishek Sharma, I had said that despite his recent underwhelming T20 World Cup performance, Abhishek is the best T20 batter in the world, statistically speaking as well. And the only batsman who comes close to matching his capability is Finn Allen. Allen took another step closer to living up to those expectations as he hammered 10 sixes and went from scoring 21 of his first 18 balls to 147 in a chase of 143. That was his T20 100 number 7 and the third of the year already. And we aren't even halfway through 2026. The win, however, was set up by the KKR bowlers, who in a sense hunted as a pack. All but one of them, 6 bowlers bowled, all but one of them got a wicket. The one who did not, Varun, conceded a mere 28 runs on his 4 overs and he was limping, as I said earlier. Different bowlers stood out in different phases of the innings too. Anukul Roy, who opened the bowling, bowled 2 overs in the power play and conceded just 13 in the final 2 overs after the power play. And he also sent back DC highest scorer Pathum Nissanka and then got the better of Tristan Stubbs in the same over, which I think turned the game on its head. Sunil Narayan, who bowled at every stage of the game, finished with just 17 conceded of his 4 and just 6 of his final 3 overs that he bowled outside of the power play. And then there was Kartik Tyagi, who continued to improve and excel, and on a pitch that looked conducive to the slower bowlers, he did his job more than what one would have expected. He sent down 1 in the power play, 1 more in the 15th, and then 2 of the final 3 overs, bowling at pace and finding lengths that made stroke play extremely difficult. His final figures were the best of the match, 2 for 24. And sometimes, figures are deceptive. But in case of Tyagi, it's been the case of bowling the tough overs all through the tournament. And he exhibited once again what IPL and Indian cricket has been missing all these years long because of his injuries. He now has 13 wickets in the tournament, just 4 away from the purple cap holder, Bhuvneshwar and Kamboj, obviously, who also has 17. And for a bowler bowling both in the power play and in the death, he holds a perfectly acceptable ER, economy rate of 9 and over. All in all, it was an all-round showing from KKR that not only gives them the chance to make the playoffs, but also a feel-good momentum going into the final phase of the league stage of the competition. So, do KKR have enough gas left in the tank to make it to the playoffs? A miraculous entry at that? And what do you think Delhi Capitals can do to turn their fortunes around? Let me know in the comments. But till next time, bye-bye.